had to push that button twice. Right? You guys ready for 2026? I am. I'm ready. I think Christmas is over, but I still got the Santa mood. Check this out. Anyway, that came one day after Christmas.
Oh.
I know. Anyway, for next year, at least we got something going on, right?
There you go.
Well,
That's right.
we are here. It is 2026 already, a good week into it, right? And hope you guys are doing well. I've been busy, Laz, but
Busy.
good, busy. You know what I mean? What's up, everybody out there in the YouTube world and subscribers and non-subscribers alike? Everybody, whoever's out there, come join the channel. Send your friends and stuff. We're 50 away from a giveaway of a guitar. So let's make that happen, you guys. 50 more to go. That's it. I mean, totally doable this year, right?
Oh yeah. Come on.
We can do it.
Let's do it. Yeah, I think monetizing is going to help. I'm in the process of getting all that stuff set up properly. So that's another plus, because I think really without that, YouTube doesn't care about you. You're not going on any algorithm of any kind, so they could care less if you're not helping them with AdSense and all that stuff. So gonna have to go along with the game, I guess, right? What do you
Yes,
guys
sir.
think? Yeah. All right. So we'll do that. We are going to be going to the Amigos guitar show this Saturday. So that's going to be exciting. My buddy Andy that I was playing with yesterday. So if you guys are new to the channel or you don't know that I actually do play instruments on occasion, right? I don't just talk about them. Like most of the time, I'm just talking about them here. Once in a while, you'll see me play an instrument. Often it's keyboards out live or bass or guitar. I don't sing. I mean, I can sing, but I don't think anyone's requested that. So, but I might be able to pull off a background vocal or two, you know. And but on that lower register, I don't have that rock and roll voice, you know. You got to have like that extra octave, which I just can't even get close to. It's so funny. My brother John, whenever we go somewhere where there's karaoke, he always picks Hotel California. It's like one of the hardest songs to sing.
Why?
It's like, might as well pick a song by, you know, Sting or something like that, right? Like Roxanne or whatever. Like, he can't even sing that song anymore, you know. So yeah, I can do a little background vocal too, but lately it's been a lot of fun, and we didn't get much time to get together during the holidays because people's families, and I got extremely busy. I thought I was going to have a lot more time for the studio here. That's why last week's show got canceled too, because there's been so much going on with my property management work because of an ownership change that happened right during the holidays. So it's the worst time for something like that to happen, because not only do you have to take your typically time off that everyone gets this time of year to do all the administrative things because of that sign over. There's nothing that can wait. You have to do it, right? It's like just part of the job. Then there's, of course, new vendors and new people that you're dealing with and meeting and having to meet them. It's not like, oh yeah, come fix this and here's the paperwork for it. No, you got to meet them and, you know, all this kind of stuff and show them where valves are for shutting off this or that or doing whatever, you know, the buttons and the mechanisms of
where everything's at
stuff, right? Yeah. And then keys and blah 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 blah. So, you know, it's been quite a in that sense, it was a very busy holiday for me, but it wasn't much of a holiday, if you know what I mean. And I'm going to keep hitting that laugh track button because I'm trying to be cheery about it. But anyway, but I didn't get to do a lot of the things I wanted to do. I did get one of these things done. Let me show you this. You know what? I don't want that to fall down.
Hey, check it out.
So I finally made it.
Nice.
Redid the Kiss one. But apparently this is the Kiss without Ace. So that's not Ace.
Oh, that's Tommy.
Tommy Thayer. See? You can tell by the jawline. Right?
Yep.
And I don't think that's Peter Criss either.
No, that'd have to be Eric Singer.
There you go. So I wouldn't even know who those guys are. I mean, I have known, of course, that Ace and Peter are no longer with the band, but anyway, so tonight's topics, I thought it would be kind of good or cool or whatever, I don't know. Talk a little bit about the previous year, what happened, gear that I got, gear that I'm going to use, gear that I'm wanting to get next or this year, 2026, right? And talk with you guys in the chat. Let's say hi to the people of the chat. And, you know, we can discuss a little bit about what did you think was cool. I know this is kind of an overdone kind of topic, so we don't have to spend a lot of time on it. But what did you think was a cool piece of gear that you got, right? My favorite thing so far, to be honest with you, is that PRS guitar I bought for $350. So it's right there. Should I shine a light on it? I think I might have a.
I would.
Flashlight.
The Santana one.
Yeah, that one right there.
The Santana one.
The Santana. Yeah.
There you go.
Go big on here. So the Santana guitar right there in vintage cherry. All right. And it's got a couple humbuggies in it with a whammy kind of a bridge of sorts and really interesting abalone inlays. Should I pull it down off there?
Yeah.
Is this
Sure.
Show it.
tease?
Do it.
All right.
I was just remembering. I should have asked him this morning when he came by. There's a guitar I might be getting soon.
Notice the abalone inlays. Let me get the mic up. Notice the fine abalone inlays. And it's kind of cool because, you know, they go not at the exact same angle across each fret, but like from corner to corner. So as you go up the scale or down the neck or whatever's up or down on the neck. I always call this going up the neck like that, even though you're going backward. Even though you're going up the neck, right?
But you're going up in scale.
Exactly. But that can be confusing sometimes. All right. Anyway. Microphone. Boom. Behave. There we go. So, yeah, this guitar, I saw at Guitar Center used. And the manager there, Mick, pointed it out to me. And it's one of the first year models because in the first year, they had Santana on there and they didn't even have SE or PRS on the front of the guitar anywhere. And it is a set neck, not a bolt on. Very nice. It's got a good weight. It's not too light.
Not too
You're going to put a Vega trim on that?
And I probably could. I probably could put a Vega trim on there. That might be next. But the bridge works. So, you know. Here we go. So I'm happy with it. It's got speed knobs on it, which I like. And sounds great. I can get a lot of tones out of it just tweaking the knobs.
Tweaking the knobs.
Yeah, so let's say hi to the chat because we've been ignoring the chat all this time. My goodness. Abologna, that's right. You cracked me up, dude. Luis Villarreal. Billy Ray. I think he got his package. Some people have gotten their packages. Not everyone has yet. I've been trying to get one or two out a day. It's God. Sometimes I have half of it done and something tears me away, you know. Then we got our music and law to all. Brian Hall. What's up, Brian Hall?
Ryan
Wrong button.
Lewis.
Sorry, Ryan. Meant to hit the clap track, not the laugh track. Then we got Steve Rezer also here. What's up, dude? Who else? think we know this guy. We said hi to him. He's saying hi to Alex. There's that guy, Alex. Something about paint. Were you eating paint chips?
Go one more up.
All right. Okay. Lewis, it's my Jackson Kelly that I sent to Ron to ping an upgrade. Paint. Yes.
Yeah, I was about to paint.
Barry Rich, what's up, dude? So this is Barry Rich, as you know, invited Johnny and I to the David Lee Roth show. And
Nice.
there's again some more news about that out there, right? Johnny's always really good about getting the news out on the Van Halen kind of lore and stuff. Very, very cool. I wish he would have come down to that Mammoth show because I think he really missed out. That being the year-ending part of the tour with Miles Kennedy.
That was so fun.
And holy crap! I mean, having Slash come up and do that that cameo solo with Miles Kennedy's band, his trio, that was pretty cool. Yeah, really nice upgrade to that Jackson, by the way. Thing looks killer, and I'm sure it plays way better than you ever had played before, right? Because Ron, he did the Ron effect on that thing. He,
Exactly.
the Rono treatment. He Rono'd it. And then we got user Brian. Brian, what's up, dude? I saw you in some of the other chats saying hi to you. Thanks for joining me here on my show. This is what I call the gear and demo show, where usually I just show you gear. I'll play it with bad mics and in the room and not do it properly. But these things are changing. Over the years, I've been buying all this really cool gear, and I was hoping during the Christmas break I was going to have more time. My sweetie was out of town and everything. I'd be able to hook it all up and test things out and start doing things through IRs and through like mic'd cabinets and whatnot. I even have a 4x slant cab that's got a square top. I don't know if you've ever seen something like that. It's got squared top, but the cab slants on the inside of the cabinet. So I've seen some PAs that are done kind of like that.
That bottom Mesa's like that.
Okay, yeah, it could even be a Mesa cab or something like that. But Brent, that's the first thing that I met Brent selling me that cabinet for $50, and it had a pair of Celestion G12s or something in there. I forget the numbers, but it needed to be redone. So I'm gonna actually probably make that into my naked cab in the closet. So it's gonna be a naked cab in the closet. Where's that button? Kind of like a Friedman thing. I have some Celestion vintage, some 12s and some greenbacks, and I was thinking about doing the Friedman cab with the greenbacks and the vintage 30s.
Okay.
Right? So that'll be cool, and then I can run that Steve Vai head into it. That's a 120 watt head, so I need to have something that can handle that. So that 4x will handle that no problem with some 30s in the greenbacks. I don't know what the rating on the wattage is on the greenbacks, but I'm going to assume a little bit more than even the vintage 30s, right? We'll have to look that up.
30s.
Well, no, greenbacks. What would typical greenbacks be?
Greenbacks can be 25, 30s or 60s, I think.
Okay. Yeah. If it's 25 or 30, that'll work. So we got Billy Ray here as well. What's up, Billy Ray? I think he got a package. Or it's coming. One of you guys texted me. I forget who it was, but somebody there. I think it was Billy Ray. And then we got, let's see, we got Ryan Hall again. We're like, oh, okay. Here we go. We got to keep going. Keep going up. Oh, there he is, Mr. Mick in the house. What's up, Mr. Mick?
Mr. Mick.
And by the way, Happy New Year to everyone. Lewis is giving me the LAZ treatment. And we like to do that in our shows, but other people don't like that, I found out. they're like, don't do that. And we're like, God, come on, people, chillax. I mean, there's so many rules on everything nowadays. I can't wait till AI takes over. It's like it's gonna be worse, right? It's like we have enough rules already. Now we're gonna have like some robot telling us when we can go to the bathroom or something like that, right? It's like, no, it's not your time yet. Wait, hold it. So I thought I'd bring up the AI subject again here on the show. So that's another one of the topics. I put in the title, I think live music is where it's at, and I think AI sucks. And I'm sticking to it because even though it can be used for some things and it can be fun and funny on like a show like this, like Holly did the thing. Johnny uses it, Henning uses it, other people use AI for all kinds of stuff. But I think it's like it again, we're leaning towards something that simplifies things to mediocrity. It just brings everything into some mediocre kind of thing, and that's where we're going to sit, in the mediocrity, instead of making things better and more interesting and creative and doing something outside of the box, or something no one ever thought of. Maybe, how about that? So anyway,
Terminator.
So I'm just saying,
James Cameron said it was a warning.
Well, I think we're already too past it now. Peggy in the house. What's up, Peggy? Who else is here? I think Johnny was here early. He said, "Am I early, dude? If you're here before the actual start time, you're way early." And he even left. He's not even here anymore. Then we've got, of course, my good friend Matt, who is going to be coming to NAMM, I believe, right? So NAMM is going to be the happening place. I'm telling you guys. Whoever's going to be missing. What's that? Hold on. Let me. Yeah, exactly. What was that movie called? That was the one with the little robot thing, right? I forget.
It was Wall-E.
Wall-E, yeah.
Yeah.
It's almost like they almost guessed it right. Like the cars that they have driving around in San Francisco, self-driving cars are called Waymo. I think they should be no way.
Is that Target looking at a digital camera?
Waymo, no way, Waymo.
Didn't those just recently get halted?
Oh, I don't know. They probably have on and off several times over the period of when it's been in existence. Because if they find a glitch or something, they got to fix it, and then they're all offline, as you'd call it, right? But yeah, I'm excited for some of the good things that AI and quantum computing and all that. Oh, Johnny is still here. Okay, there you go. Yeah. He's at Target looking at digital camera. Okay, right on. He's going to be doing some serious upgrades to his system. Of course, for NAMM, right, Johnny? Yeah, man. Yeah, I've got my, last year I didn't quite know how to use it and what to do with it, but I had the DJI selfie stick kind of camera holder, phone holder, that makes it like you can use it like for, shooting really nice kind of, cinematic things and whatnot. And I'm going to use it this year, but last year when I went, I tried it a few times and it was glitching on me. It was doing things that I didn't want it to do. I didn't quite learn enough about, what to and not to do with it, right? So there are certain tricks that I, in the meantime, learned. Even though I watched a bunch of videos on how to use it and all this and that, I finally found some other videos where they're like, oh, this is why this thing sucks and blah, blah, blah. And so try this instead, or use this other kind of selfie stick or whatever. But I already bought that one. So, so I'm going to go all in on it. I may even buy the mics that it's supposed to have running with it. But at that time when I bought it, you couldn't use other mics with it. Now you can. So there are these things that now you can do with it that before you couldn't. So I'm excited about that, So that was something I did buy last year for NAMM. I might have actually bought it prior to NAMM. I probably got the Black Friday deal.
You got mine.
Yeah, so what is it?
It's Boyac.
It's a Boyac?
It's Boyac.
What is a Boyac?
It's my friend Anthony.
Oh, it's your buddy Anthony. Yeah. Anthony. What's up, Anthony? Subscribe, Anthony. I'm sure Anthony's already subscribed. Right on, man. So so the year in gear, Alex, obviously he got himself that really cool guitar there redone. Right?
Yeah. I got this one redone.
Oh, look at that!
I got this one redone. All nice.
What is that called?
Oh yeah,
Guitar Hero, right?
Yeah, he's got like my new Gibson.
It actually, I remember when they started bringing those out with the actual logos on them. I remember the original parts of I had 1 and 2, and that was it. And then after that, my brother got all those ones with his kids.
This is, I believe, from Guitar Hero 2.
Okay,
this is the old this is the old Xbox 360. You're able to use it through computer. I played.
Right.
I still play Guitar Hero. They have Guitar Hero's not a thing anymore.
We gotta get together on that. I haven't done that in a long time, and it's so fun.
It's not a thing anymore. Now they have a thing called Clone Hero, which is an open base source program and stuff that you can use any Guitar Hero guitar, and you can almost use any song you want. So it's way bigger library.
That's really, really cool. You know what sucked about the ones that we had is the favorite guitar that I had that I used was like a Kramer one, like a Strat style body one.
Oh yeah.
Black one, remember that one?
Yep.
And I got that one. We had the other ones. We bought other ones
Broken
too, but I got that one because I'm like, oh, that looks cool, and it was actually one of the better working ones, like the way the thing flicked and everything. It kind of worked really good. And then I think because we had it at my brother's house for the longest time because he had the big screen TV and all the games and all the kids there. His son took it with him to college, to San Jose State, and they lost the dongle thingy or whatever that you plug in, and so now you can't.
I have that plugged right into my computer right now.
So can you get like replacements of that you can reprogram the guitar to like sync to, or is it like forever?
You just get it's usually just the regular dongle. You can just buy a new. That's what I had to do when I got this guitar.
Right.
I got this guitar from Facebook Marketplace, I think, for like $20.
There you go. So
bought like a new dongle for like $5 on Amazon.
There you go, man. So let's do that, because one of the upgrades that I wanted to do to this room was to make it not just the studio here for music and jamming and playing and doing these shows, but I've always had my eye on doing like more epic score kind of music. It's been my life's dream and one of my goals that I'm gonna bucket list check that one off, where I'm gonna do screen, for a movie, for whatever, do epic kind of like soundtrack stuff. And I thought I would like pick some of my favorite movies that have really crappy soundtracks and then do my own soundtrack to it, and then there are people that do that kind of stuff out there, and then sometimes they get in the business too. Who knows if that could happen? That would be amazing. Cool. But I want to have the big screen TV up here, right above my smaller screen. That's for my
I want to get a TV right here too.
If you guys want to see my present setup right now, let me show you what I got going on. And see, I didn't even have time to put this. I'll show you what I mean. So this is the extra wide. It's not purposefully narrow. Extra wide screen there, really high def screen. It's not one of those oval or whatever curved ones. Then I've got my Les Paul speakers. There's one. See the real. That's real
killer deal.
It's real maple there, and
you got them for a killer deal.
I know. I'm not selling them.
No way. They're worth more now than you paid for.
Great too. I know, they're crazy. And then I bought right here. I have Frameworks Gator stands for the speakers. So I have some JBLs, which I think are really underrated. These things are, they're kind of like where's that flashlight again? They're kind of like a cheap industry standard of sorts for small studios. Yep. I put these up against Adams in the same size, and these were better. Yeah, I thought they were better because the thing about the Adams, they're good, but they were too nice sounding. Do you know what I mean? They didn't represent like a pair of NS10s would,
Right.
You get those not because they sound good. You get them because they show you what sounds bad.
Right.
And that's what's good about them.
I've been using KRKs for the longest time.
Lights.
But KRKs are known to have very bass heavy.
Heavy bass, yeah. So I got my little funky things up there, like little Star Wars stuff, I've got all my Funko Pops. I've collected way too many of those things over the last year or so. Check it out, all the way around. Oops. My Star Wars memorabilia, and then over there, let me do the light again. Where did I put that? I keep putting it down. There it is. Can you guys see that?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, your Funkos.
All the Funkos. My Liquid Death up there. Got my prom date 1984 Laz.
All the guitars are missing.
Yeah, I'm making those guitar hangers like the one I just showed you.
Yeah.
So here's my Acoustasonic, my Telly, my Strat, my black. That's the Parallel Universe Strat, which is just a different Strat with a different pick guard. It's like, anyway, here's my, there's my slippers, my Levi slippers. Anyway, here's packages waiting to go out, boxes of stuff I need to go through. So I got to get those.
Need a real life intern.
I got to get those. battery died on the light now. Anyway, and then I've got the patch bay here. You can't see it in this light, right? Hold on.
Man.
And then that's my old Pro
old pod
Pro.
Old pod.
Yeah.
Rack mount pod.
And then these things.
More soundtracks. Yas.
You know what that is.
Yas.
How was that? And then we just got these in during the holiday.
Yep, all the minis.
There we go.
They look so nice. They look so nice stacked like that.
They're so good too. They sound so good. It's insane. For $99. I mean, that was just the stupidest deal. So yeah, 30 watts too.
Wish someone sent me that.
So I'm waiting for the Dumble version 2. The Not a Dumble 2, because they goofed on the first one. So when I built that JHS pedal, remember that? So I used the Dumble lettering and I did V1 there. So yeah. Oh, that's another thing I got this year was the I've been wanting to get one for years, and then I'm glad I never got one before because I got that Reverb Deluxe right there from Chris Black. It was one of my favorite.
That thing sounds good
right now. And then these guitars up here. So I took the whatchamacallit, Santana off that one there, but so those are my guitar. Ooh, dang it! Those are my guitar hanger / acoustic treatments I make. It's pretty easy to make one yourself, but they work great. There you go. Oh, there he is again. Paul Stanley. All right. And then we got Gumby and Pokey keeping an eye on me. Right there. Ooh. Sorry. If you're driving right now, hopefully you didn't crash. Because if that happened while I was driving and I had that on. Pokey.
Ah!
Oh, and I'm wearing my Henning shirt. Get this thing properly adjusted. There we go. So I'm wearing my you know what that means? TWSS.
That's what she said.
That's right. That's what she said.
Of course I know that.
So I did buy this year. I also got the and Ron's gonna get one in the mail when I package it up too. I got the white Concord version of the Randy Rhoads pedal, which I use on my board right now. My board's kind of wrapped up right now, right behind there. But that's it's got a unique sound. I got to tell you that Distortion Plus it's not the same as the ordinary yellow newer. It's not a script logo or whatever. I don't know. The one back then that he had, was it a script logo one?
Yes.
Because that was like 70s, right?
Yep.
So everything back then with MXR was script logo, right? So
does it sound identical to the polka dot one? Or are they a little bit different?
Identical. One knob, there was just a bit of a difference in the tweak of it that it was, if the line is in a different spot, but otherwise sounded exactly the same, dude. So when they say they're using the same components, they're not lying. They are. They're using the same ones. They're not the same components as the Distortion Plus, the yellow one, because we tested it up against that, and that thing's a lot more noisier and a little bit more high screechy, if you know what I mean. Those things are kind of known for that. When you have
if you look up there, you'll see that little space right there. That's for that other one.
Yeah, it's gonna come down.
It's right. It's
By the
there.
way, if some of you guys are wondering why I'm so generous to Ron, because Ron's been so generous to me. I mean, this guy sent me a bunch of tools recently that he made with his 3D printer. He spent probably an entire day on my brother Andy's guitar in total. Probably 8 hours.
3 days total.
Really? Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
The neck. I spent 1 day on the whole neck.
damn. That's the kind of dedication Ron has. So, yeah.
Well, I mean,
when
I
you
love
have
doing
time
this.
for it too, which is really cool, you
Yeah.
know. I mean, I'd love to be. I like tinkering and fixing things. That's why I even started that Mods Squad show. years ago, and now you and Johnny are actually doing what I was thinking about doing. But back then I was even talking about it, that when the prices of stuff started going up, I was predicting, like anyone normally, you would understand the mechanics of it all, like the supply and demand scale and incomes and whatnot, that when the economy is not as strong as you'd like it to be, and you don't have as much disposable income, right? And we have to remember, not only did we go through COVID and lost a lot of the economic power then that people had. When I'm talking about economic power, I'm not talking about the nation or something. I'm talking about individual people, right? I think we all got knocked down a chip because more of that money and power went in fewer hands, and so we're getting squeezed even more. Everything else is costing more. So I predicted, of course, that things like buying and modding, buying pedal kits and guitar kits and buying cheap guitars and upgrading them and doing mods and doing like stuff like that is going to become a real popular thing. And it's huge. It's like what you guys are doing. So everybody's doing that now because it just makes sense,
Mm-hmm.
And then the next thing is going to be going out there and looking for, like what Johnny's been doing, is looking for parts, looking for stuff. But there are things out there that, maybe you're not thinking about. There's a lot of people out there that have like hi-fi equipment and things like that they're getting rid of. They're not using, and those things are chock full of some of the best stuff. I'm not going to say much more than that, but you know what I'm talking about, right? So everything from tubes, from things like that are great to have, and so that, alongside of some of the modern tech stuff like these, I was thinking about selling one of these because I thought, oh, why would I need two if I got one? But I found out, oh no, actually, you can set this up not just in stereo. You can get 3 of them, and you can do a wet, dry, wet setup with this, running it out of like the stomp, or running the stomp into it, in other words, and using that as like a real simple do anything board. So that's what I'm planning to use for my guitar setup for when I'm on gigs, because it's less likely to have problems and it's more likely to sound what I want it to sound like through a board if I have to go direct and use in-ears or whatever. So as our band that we don't even have a name yet. I had some silly name ideas. I was trying to come up with something 80s because the other band that I do stuff with, Memorex, is kind of like 70s, 80s kind of era kind of thing, where you're talking about doing, that's like tape of music, right? Memorex is a type of cassette tape, like TDK was one, Sony, Maxell. Those were back in our day. We did everything on these little small tape cassettes, right? Maxell was one of the ones I typically would buy, the golds, those, Ron. The Maxell Gold. Anyway, but and I'd always get the 60-minute, not the 120, because I was told by somebody it was better quality. Anyway, the thing is Memorex was the play on words for like doing covers, right, of 80s and whatnot. But then they do 90s and 2000 songs too, and it's like, okay. So I was trying to come up with a name for a band that was kind of 80s, because we were doing a lot of 80s stuff. At first, we were doing mostly 80s songs, but now we're like 60s, 70s, 90s, 2000s. Like, okay, we're going to have a lot of genres that we can cover. We can play anywhere kind of thing. And it makes it a lot of fun. It's like, it's a lot of stuff to know and memorize and learn, but that keeps your chops up, right? And it definitely helps with, like just keeping you tight, right? Because if you can just like, oh, remember that song, let's do that one, boom, and you can nail it. It's like right on, right? So so I had some silly names. The one that I liked the best was kind of a play on Miami Vice, because remember that TV show, that 80s show about the drug enforcement cops in Miami Vice, Don Johnson.
Oh,
remember that? And they would wear all those fancy suits and stuff, and it was very like Robert Palmer, because the idea came from, we were going to do Addicted to Love by Robert Palmer, and I'm like, oh, we could wear suits like that and look all decked out, and that'll be cool. It'll be different than what other people are doing. So do 80s style suits or something. And I was trying to think of a band name, but I'm laughing at it now. But I wanted to call it Bay City Vice, because the Bay City by the Bay. But I don't know, I think it's too long too. I think it's good to have
the Bay City Trollers.
The trollers, the trawlers, the rollers. Well, there is the Bay City Rollers, right? Anyway, so yeah, I don't know. We'll come up with a name, but we don't care about the name right now. We're just.
Oh, did you hear that's going to be the last year of Bottom of the Hill?
Yeah, my buddy Tom was telling me about that. He played there several times, and I remember going.
I learned how to do sound.
We got to go, dude. We got to go there. So let's find a show.
I mean, I went there. I literally went there on my birthday when we went to the game.
Oh, is that where you were before?
Yeah, because it was the day before I went down.
Do you know that place not far from there, Bruno's?
Yeah,
out on Valencia. Yeah, that's another spot. That's an old. You might know about that one, Ron, because of your connections. Just... Oops. Oh, my battery's dying.
That's right, Johnny.
Yeah, Johnny. I played the Bottom of the Hill. There you go. Yeah, of course, man. With Mayfire. Yeah. It's one of those. That's one of those like clubs that
Beastie Boys has played there.
Hits up when they're in the city. It's just a cool club, man. Yeah.
Bruno's.
Bruno's is like, even the name kind of tells you. Bruno's is like an old mafia hangout. Yeah. And it totally looks like that too, man, by the way. I hope I didn't pop the ears out of people. Hey, Ian Nunes is also here. Is it Nunez or Nunes? I think it's Nunes, right? Yeah, and we got Quest for Gear. So he has a question, maybe, or it's a comment. There's another live going on right now, hosted by some other dude. Oh, some AIs. They called their stream 2026 the year for AI music because live sucks. Yeah, I wouldn't doubt that AI would, use my idea and steal it, and then, like they're stealing everyone's musical talents and just giving it to everyone for a fee. That's just so wrong. Oh my God. Yeah. Yeah, BASF tape. Yeah, that's the higher end stuff. Yeah. The BASF stuff, right? Fuji. Yeah, and TDK. That's right. Yeah, Fostex. Yeah, they would make those 4-tracks and stuff too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm in the past on X2. I'll see you in about 10 minutes. I don't know what that means, Holly. I'm that like not in touch with like all the slang. It's like when Johnny would go on Discord or some other things. They have this like gamer slang. I have no idea what you guys are talking about. Speak English. What did they say? Was it Slayer or what band that says speak English or
That was SOD. Speak English or die.
Yeah, speak English or die. Oh my God. Yeah. So a lot of great shows that we saw this year, right? So that was a big deal. Some of those shows, the Sammy shows. I saw Toto. I saw Men at Work open for Toto, and Christopher Cross open for them. I saw Styx again with Brent, and he was blown away. It's like, man, they did all these. I remember this song, and I remember that song. I'm like, yeah, man, like you were growing up as a kid in the 80s or whatever, or 90s or whatever, or 2000s or whatever, and and they had some pretty big hits. I mean, people underestimate Styx. They had some like gold records, platinum records.
Yep.
They sold. I mean, they had a lot of huge hits, and then it all went
downhill when Dennis DeYoung left.
Well, when Dennis DeYoung's wife decided, let's make Domo Arigato, Mr. Roboto, some kind of a play that we're gonna do I mean, why go into a small play setting when you're doing stadiums? It's a downgrade. It's like I totally get Tommy Shaw going, what are you doing? Dude, we're a stadium rock band, man. This is the dream. We're living it right now. Why would you want to go to that? You don't know anything about that. Anyway, so and of course, just like when U2 tried to do the Spider-Man thing, what happened there too, right? So yeah, just stick to what you know, man, and do it well. I don't. Okay, do whatever you want. Go for your creative juices and go after it. Do it. do whatever you want. But yeah, it's kind of understandable when people don't succeed at some things and they throw a lot of money at it. But in either way, this last year I thought was a pretty cool year for me in many ways. The gear, especially, very, very cool gear that I was able to get. And I got to meet Hobo Rody too. That was another thing that happened this year in person. So I got to give him his, Bruno amp, that 200-watt live at leads, high watt style kind of thing.
Nice.
And some of the other stuff that I was holding on to for him. And then yeah, what else, man? What else? I don't think I got any. Did I get any other guitars? I don't think so. I think the only guitar was the Santana.
The Kiesel.
No, was it? Well, no, that was the year before, wasn't it?
Was it?
I think that was the year before. Yeah. Yeah, I took it with me down somewhere when we went to an event or something. So no, I think that I had that from the previous year. Yeah, because last year Brent didn't come with us, but he came with us the year before.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when I got it. I was with him.
Yeah.
He was with us.
Well, that's when you ordered it.
Right. So I got
and
it.
You and Brent picked you guys, because you guys just got sent to your house, did you?
Yeah. No. I wanted to go get it. And
okay.
Because my dad was living down there at the
yeah,
time.
That's right. Yeah, you went down. Did Brent go with you, or
he did? Yeah, we actually went to that Stone Brewery or whatever it's called.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. Great, by the way, great brewery and great. They got growlers and everything. It's like, good food and stuff there too. And that was like just a rock's throw from that place, from Kiesel.
Nice.
So we went and picked it up and visited my dad. We played some music for my dad, made him feel happy. That was a really nice visit with my dad. Yeah. And he was at that time, he was in one of these, it's not a convalescent home because it was more temporary because he was living at home. But whenever his wife needed to get some care, then she couldn't take care of him. So they put him into this hospice place and so we visited him at the hospice place. So
are you doing the Kiesel Connect event again this year?
No, because I'm only going down for the 3 days. So Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. I don't think I'm going to stay for the whole day Sunday because they're wrapping up usually by midday. So
I don't think they're doing. No, remember they don't do a Sunday anymore.
Oh, they're not. That's what it is. That's right. So
they don't do Sunday anymore.
Friday, Saturday, and then maybe Sunday. Just go maybe to
that's more of like do something in LA and then drive home.
Yeah, go to make the last Funko Pops you can before they're out of business.
There you go.
Hollywood's Funko. We'll make a Ron one. We'll make an Alex one.
I mean, crap! Only 3 days. I might be able to make that.
There you go. See,
I might be able to make that because I'm like it was when we do like 6 days. It's like it's about double the price.
I'm not doing that again, especially now since looks like Brent's not making it, and some of the other people decided to get together because I didn't get my NAMM badge and all that stuff yet. Even I keep wanting to do it every day. I planned it. I actually have it on my calendar.
I haven't gotten it yet. I mean, I haven't gotten one yet. Either,
well, you were telling me you weren't going to make it anyway.
Yeah,
but it doesn't matter. It doesn't cost more if you get it the week before or whatever. So
No, that's like the nice thing about NAMM. It doesn't cost any much more, other than unless you get it the day. I think unless you get it the days of NAMM.
So I'm playing it by ear with where I'm going to stay. Unless if you're coming for sure, then let's get a 2 bed place again or whatever.
I'll figure that out. I can probably figure that out a little bit by tomorrow.
Yeah, let me know. Cool. Because I was going to hit up the flip side guys because that's where Aaron's staying. Because Aaron's like, I didn't hear anything from you and I didn't know what was going on. And I found out some other news too that I'm not going to share on here because it's personal and I haven't had a chance to talk to anybody about it. But there's something else. But anyway, bottom line is he's staying with the flip side guys, and I was going to hit them up for, hey, let me sleep on the floor or the couch or whatever. I'll just get a,
oh, there you go,
like a backpack.
Well, yeah, I might make you one.
Camping at their house. So if they'll let me, but if they're staying in a hotel or something like that, it might not work because there's only so much space in those places.
Right.
And they know I'm no trouble. I don't like party or anything like that. So So the bottom line is, I think if you come with me, then we can just get a place, because then we can split the cost on that, and that'll definitely
Right.
make it a lot cheaper. When Brent and I just recently went down, we caught the Mammoth Show. It was super cool. He had a great time at that show too. I'm glad that he came with me, because.
Oh, you mean the other Mammoth Show, or?
Which
I mean,
Mammoth? Which one?
Like, I just went with you too.
I'm confusing the last Mammoth Show that I went with him. Sorry.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I'm like, because I thought you guys did that one in Mountain View.
Right. Anyway, so bottom line is that I was expecting that maybe he was going to come and maybe you were going to go, but since you both aren't, I'm like, oh, okay. But now if you're on, then yeah, let's get a place. I'll book something.
Yeah, if we're only doing it 3 days, why not?
I'm going to try to find somewhere else to just bunk up with some people. Hey, let me stay at your place.
Right. I mean, we can always hit up JJ.
Johnny's like, Laz blacked out right now. I think Johnny's speaking from.
But we can always hit up JJ. Let's find out what he's doing.
Yeah, I can give him a call. I haven't heard from him much lately, but anyway, I'll tell you about that.
I mean, I see him post all the time. So
yeah, is Octo here? Hey, Octo's here.
Yay.
What's up? I haven't looked at the chat in the last 10-15 minutes. Yeah, I need me a pop figure. Yeah, right?
Yeah,
you can order custom ones online.
Yeah.
Do it before they're out of business, man, because they're fun. Because I think they're going bankrupt.
I'm like, originally I would want to go to Universal.
But that's when we took the Kiesel down, Johnny. Yeah.
There's no bathroom where?
Well, we couldn't find it. It was behind the door. So when you open the door to enter, we were like walking around with the door open, loading stuff, and we're like, "Where's the bathroom?" The doorway was behind the entry door that was blocking the doorway to the bathroom. So it was kind of funny. The magic apple juice, no. Well, some people might think this is vodka, but it's just water. Peggy sees me. Okay, so I'm an indie wrestler, so that would be really cool to have of myself. Yeah, there you go. Right?
Yeah.
Right on. Let's see on YouTube if it's any different. Looking at the chat. Oh, I know. Yeah, I just got a message from Annie. I realized I left my
heart in San Francisco.
No, I left my drink cup. So it's like a coffee mug, but I like to keep the whatever cool in it.
Yeah.
I usually have like green tea.
Stanley.
Yeah, it's not. It's like, what is it called? It's like Amigo or something, just like that Amigo show, something like that, or Conigo or Conmigo. Conmigo.
Oh, okay.
Have you seen those ones? It says Conmigo.
So. Yeah.
Take you with me, or take me with you. Conmigo. That's Spanish. Yeah. So we'll make some pops while we're down there, right? Because Sunday will be the day before we head back, right? Just like when we were recently there. We can go to that guy's place again in Orange. I think we even told him we'd probably come by. But we can visit some other friends too. We can see who's doing what, like JJ or Sean Pierce Johnson, Amanda and Rob. I think JJ actually, I think he has a show. I think they have a show down in SoCal.
We went to the show last year.
Saturday, or I think it's some small place again like that, either on Friday or Saturday. So we definitely got to hit that up.
Oh yeah.
Sure. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, we went to the one last time. That'll be fun.
Yeah, it was fun. Small kind of bar. There weren't that many people there at all.
No, not this last one. I mean, I think the most people were there for JJ's band.
Yeah, oh, for sure. Yeah.
Which was surprisingly, you see a lot more people come for, show up at least for a bar like that.
I think one of the guys that was playing beforehand was like some famous actor's daughter or somebody. I can't remember exactly what it was.
The opening band was Rob Trujillo's wife and kids band.
That's what it was. Wife and kids band.
That's who KJ plays guitar for.
Oh, cool. Right on.
Yeah. I'm like that, and I talk to KJ all the time.
So I'm wondering who else we'll see. We were talking about picking up our good friend on the way down, if he can meet us part of the way, or otherwise we'd have to go a long way around through the desert
Oh, Garguts is not in LA.
No, but he's like
He's not in LA. He's not in California.
Oh, he's not in
Back in
California now
Texas.
either.
He's
left?
back in Texas.
Oh no,
Yeah, he went back to Texas.
All right,
He had to go do some shit.
gotta take.
He said he might be back around like February to May.
Okay.
He doesn't know.
Well, speaking of future dates, in March, my sister's band Then Die is again going to be playing at the Whiskey, and this time they're higher up on the bill. And they just recorded their album, and they actually have some stuff out. So I should probably even share that with you guys on the screen here. Let me see if I could find them. What's funny is there's not just one Then Die thing online, right? So I'm like trying to find.
Really?
I'm like, send me a link, and she's like, it's Then Die. Just look it up, and I'm like, yeah, okay, you look it up and see what happens. It's like there's all these other Then Die things that none of it, even makes any sense. Okay, so here we go. Let me share this link. Copy the link, and here we go. Back to the show. Back. There we are. All right. Into the live chat we go. There it is. All right. Click that. Go there and then come back. And that way you'll be doing the refresh, right, Johnny? The refresh. Fresh. So go do the refresh. We're actually doing a couple Duran Duran songs too. Oops. Turn down the volume, Laz. Okay. There we go. I heard myself laugh, and I have a funny laugh. Don't choke on anything there.
No, but
yeah, Johnny hangs out with them more online because they're like late night gamer type people and Discord people, right? So I think, yeah, I can't do that because I wake up at 6 a.m. with my wife pretty much.
That's where me and Boyak will be later.
Last night I stayed up till like after 1 o'clock because at our practice yesterday with Andy and Steve, now we got a drummer, we were playing for 3.5, almost 4 hours, and it was
sweet.
great. We went over a bunch of stuff, and so I have a list of. You guys want to see my list of tunes?
Yes,
sure.
All right, all right. So the first song we did last night was Les Chic, "Good Times." You know that one? Good times. Yeah, so I was doing the bass on that with my left hand, and then the keyboard part, the piano part, and other keyboard parts with my right hand. So that was interesting. And then we did
turn into Ray Manzarek.
Well, okay, and then the next song is The Doors, Roadhouse Blues. Bing bing. So I did the bass on the keys, left hand, and I did all the other stuff on the right hand.
You gotta be like Ray. You gotta do the bass with your feet.
Well, I've actually wanted to get one of those, and actually it would make my life a lot easier for a lot of that kind of stuff for sure. And I've thought about that because my grandmother had one of those funky organs back in the day in the like 70s. So I grew up playing that thing, so I don't have trouble doing all that at the same time.
Was that a Rhodes organ?
It wasn't. It was some cheapo, I don't know, kind of from like Sears kind of brand thing.
Like I have an organ, and I think it just needs a new bellow.
Yeah, that was electric. You just turned it on, and if the bellows.
Oh yeah, no, mine's old school. It's literally like the air push. Yeah, it's got to be pumped. Yeah, it's gonna be pumped by feet.
I've seen some of those at like the big ones in cathedrals in Hungary, in Budapest, because that's how they work.
Maybe
it's like a workout. You're like playing, like you're pumping and stuff. Like it's crazy. It's like we think drummers get a workout, man. The keyboardists, the organists, they're working them organs.
Jeez, Ron.
Is that Ron sending pictures?
Ron sending me Funko Pops.
That's funny. Oh, Funko Pop versions of himself or who?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get you one, Ron. Don't worry. But you can order one online too, Ron. You know that, right? You can just get.
Yeah, but that won't mean anything.
Like have your dogs in there. I know that's why you want me to get it. I get it. And another thing that we can do, I don't know if they'll be open, but typically places like this would be open on a Sunday, which is like the D'Argenzio Winery shop down there.
There you go.
Right. So we can hit up the D. Argenzio Winery shop again and get some more Randy Rhodes bottles of wine. Every year they come out with a different one. Every time I hit this thing, I think I'm knocking something over, and I'm like, oh no, like my glass of vodka here for Johnny, right? Vodka.
It is open only on Saturdays and Sundays.
There you go. So we'll hit that up before we leave town.
Oh wait, that's the Santa Rosa one.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've been there. I went there on my birthday a couple of years ago. That's when I got the bottles. It's good wine.
It's the one in Burbank, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And unfortunately, Norm's is not open on Sundays, but maybe we'll make a quick stop, take a break from NAMM.
Right.
Or maybe on the way down. If you come with me on the way down, we hit up Norm's. That's usually how I do it. So I was trying to avoid staying Wednesday night. So I wanted to stay Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So that means I want to leave super freaking early in the morning. So if you do come with me, you're going to come down here.
I would probably come down the day before and sleep at your house.
The day before, and then we'll leave 5 a.m.
Because I would also just let's see, because then I could get to your house probably anytime on a Wednesday because it's weekday.
Yep. So Lewis says, I want to check out Norm's someday. Yeah, dude, that's why I bought Fernando, Fernando de Fernandez guitar, the most interesting guitar in the world.
I gotta figure out just the way to get to SAC. It's the main thing. This is the main thing. Right. We're having a little car issue at the moment, so.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and it can be expensive otherwise. But there's buses. People still take buses. You're off.
It's a little. It's if I got to Auburn, it would be it's not an issue to go from Auburn to SAC. Okay. Yeah, gotcha. It's literally going that 20 minutes by car to there, which yeah. But I know that I know that if. Even though they don't have I know that
Uber.
Uber's not a thing in my town either. My mom was the Uber driver. My mom was the Uber driver for a while. We have two Uber drivers, and they only come out on weekends.
The logger truck. You just wave down the logger truck as it goes. You're like, hey.
But anyway. No, I know someone by that time. I'd be like, hey, can I get a ride to the Sacramento train station? They'd be like, yeah, no problem.
Backstage is here. Backstage recordings, aka Uncle Raymond. What's up, Uncle Raymond, man? And I will be able to finally personally deliver the package to Amanda too, by the way. And I think she has something for me too, which I'm excited about. If I think if it is what I think it is, I'm super excited about it. Ron knows about it, I think. Right, Ron? Rip Ron.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So Norm's is a great shop because when we walked in there with Brent and I walked in there, who was playing? Do you remember? I'll give you a hint. She wears a kind of stylish cowboy hat, and she wears long boots and shows off her legs, and she can play the blues off most people's. She'll play your pants off. when Brent walked in, there's like, oh shit, some random LA session chick in my guitars. I can't compare to this, and I'll give you a hint. She's played with many others, and she's British. And she's blonde. Oriente.
Oh, okay.
So she's in there.
Funny enough about that.
Norm just got out of the hospital or got out of care or whatever. He was able to be at the store. It was one of his first times back in the store to meet up with her.
She probably comes up to my stores a lot.
Dude, I'm telling you, man, she can play. So most people.
That kind of makes sense. There's a lot of good blues players.
She can play. Actually. She's so good. She's amazingly good. Anyway, they got their session dudes over there in that shop.
Well, it's funny. Me and Brent came to my house. It was and we went around my town to like the different music shops. We stopped at one of them, and one of them had a guitar signed by Oriente, like when she came in.
There you go.
So it was like, apparently she comes in often.
She's looking like she's chasing certain kind of guitars. Like she's been trying to find like a dirty, lemon like kind of,
cool, Lewis.
335. She's been searching for something like that, a good one. So she's always on the prowl for certain kinds of gear like that.
And I was like, it makes sense that she would be, because there's a lot of good blues players in my town.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like they just go out and all the small bars and just play.
There you go.
And she doesn't and I would see her play and not get recognized. So that would make sense.
Lewis has got a cool story. Am I going to where Amanda's working? No, I haven't called her up or talked to her about plans or anything yet, but I should, right? Let's see. Lewis says, my English teacher gave me his 69 Federico Garcia Spanish classical. Wow. Guitar. Labeled made in Madrid, Spain. How about that, right? In its original hard shell case. Wow. It was my high school graduation gift. Dude, that's pretty amazing. And Peggy's wondering, wow, Lewis, do you still have it? I bet you do. I wouldn't let that
teacher gave you a gift, though.
Right? Well,
that's more of what I'm a little surprised about. A teacher gave you a gift?
Well, I mean, yeah, if you graduated kind of thing, and if it might have been,
I guess my teacher was
been,
trying to do that.
Oh, English teacher, so English teacher. That's interesting. But, sometimes you develop, friendships with, I had some great teachers at the high school I went to, and you'd always see them around campus. So as you go from those 4 years, they're still there.
Oh, yeah.
I remember the science teacher, Mr. Burke, Steve Burke, I think. Mr. Burke, he had like part of like kind of like what's his name from Testament, the guy recently just put out the album with his trio of doing jazz. Alex, yes. Skolnick.
Oh, he's got that little white,
the band of white in his hair, kind of like Frankenstein's bride, So Mr. Burke had that, and we always mess with him because of that, being high schoolers, But he was the coolest teacher, and he was the what back then they called natural sciences or earth science teacher.
Yeah.
And
they still have it.
Yeah, I memorized, I don't know how many.
I took earth science, but it was through ag. So
okay, see,
that's the one thing I don't. Yeah, it's through ag, so it's like right.
I know what you mean.
So it's all through all that stuff.
Yeah. So
I did it because it was technically easier.
Teacher. Did you have? I had a Mrs. Lake in my junior year, English teacher, Mrs. Lake.
I didn't have a bad teacher. I'm trying to think. I didn't really have a bad teacher.
But do you remember any of them by name? Like, do you remember?
Oh, I remember all my teachers.
Okay.
Oh, I could. Yeah, Miss Fowler.
Were any of them cool enough to where you
wait, Laz,
close enough friends where they'd give you a guitar like that?
Wait,
probably not.
Laz, listen,
probably my.
Hold on. Let Ron talk. He's finally speaking.
Wait, yeah, well, listen. Alex still remembers his teachers because he was around them a lot
yeah, that was like 10 years ago.
Than we were around ours.
Yeah, but mine was only 10 years ago. So. Of course I remember mine, but yeah.
Mine would have been 40.
84, bro.
yeah, mine was 43 years ago.
Yeah, it was 42 years ago. So Mrs. Lake was super cool. And I forget the auto shop teacher's name, but he was cool. I did auto shop for a year. I just love cars.
I don't count the band teacher because the band teacher I knew since I was 8.
I didn't do that. I didn't do band or music in school, which is kind of
I do the band teacher I was 8 because I was best friends with his kids. So I grew up with his kids all throughout elementary school, middle school, and then into high school. Yeah, and then I was my friend's best man at his wedding.
Bueller.
Not best man, groomsman.
Oh, he was never good at playing guitar, and so he gave it to you. Did he know that you played guitar at that age? You were playing already, and did you do a talent show? And he's like, "Oh, this kid deserves this guitar, and I'm going to give it to him." That's cool. Well, that's those are nice. Anything made in Madrid, Spain, like one of those kinds of guitars. Bang. Yeah. There you go. So yeah, the year and gear and the music. So we were talking about the songs. So the Doors, Roadhouse Blues. I was doing. Then we were doing The Cure, Just Like Heaven. So we got 80s stuff mixed in with 60s stuff, and then 70s disco, Les Chic, Good Times. Then we got The Cure, Just Like Heaven, and then we've got Billy Idol, Rebel Yell. I'm suggesting we also do Dancing with Myself at some point, and I could play bass guitar. I was playing bass on Good Times on the keyboards because it has the piano part. When I was playing it at Steve's, he's got this really cool rolling kind of like everyone can get together and put headphones on and play together gizmo. I forget what it's called. It's not a looper. It's like you all plug in and put on headphones, and then you can get the mix right for yourself, and then you can hear each other in silent practice. It's pretty cool. It's like a 10 or 15-year-old thing. It's more than just a mixer, though. It does.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. They're really cool though.
A couple $100 or $150. You bought it on Reverb or whatever. So that thing works great, because if you don't, you could plug in a setup like with your laptop and blah 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 and IRs and like tone X's and all that kind of stuff, or you could just plug right into it and it has basically all the guitar kind of basic sounds that's good enough for practice, right? It's not like you're not going to be able to get every perfect harmonic chirp on the ZZ Top song with it, right? Because you're not going to get the feedback and the whole. But for just practicing songs, getting through them, it's fine, Nice. So we're doing that. So we're doing Rebel Yell, and then Addicted to Love by Robert Palmer mentioned. I'd like to do Simply Red. Simply Irresistible.
And then, you like do Simply Red.
And then like Simple Minds. Now we're going simply. Might as well do Simple Minds. Don't You Forget About Me song, from the famous Breakfast Club movie. Then Duran Duran, Hungry Like the Wolf. And there's a lot of funky keyboard stuff in there. I got to program some stuff. So that's going to be fun. I've just been doing it with whatever, but, it's got arpeggiating kind of sounds in there and all kinds of weird noises and stuff. I want to get all those, like the girls laughing and the breathing sounds in that song, the weird sounds like that in Hungry Like the Wolf. And then, of course, Flock of Seagulls. And I ran, that song. And then Bryan Adams, Summer of '69, Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, Learning to Fly. This is my recommendation. We got to do Learning to Fly, Running Down a Dream. And then I always thought it was Tom Petty's band that did this song, but it's the Greg Kihn band. They just don't write like that anymore, right? That's a great song. And then Golden Earrings, Radar Love, or there's some other ones that they do that are cool. The Cult.
Learning to Fly by Pink Floyd.
Yeah, right. Yeah, we're trying to do stuff that's more like people would want to dance to possibly, or get up and enjoy at a bar, rather than sitting there just getting more plastered. But I get what you're saying. That's why even though I'd love to do Pink Floyd, there's not a lot of upbeat Pink Floyd songs, even like Run, it's kind of like not a happy run kind of songs, like Run from the Nazis. So then The Cult, She Sells Sanctuary, Firewoman is another one I'm suggesting we do as well, because another great The Cult song. Then Foo Fighters, if you're talking about flying, Learning to Fly by the Foo Fighters. And then AC/DC, You Shook Me, and I'm suggesting that we also add to the list Thunderstruck, because that's another fun one. And then Chili Peppers kind of version in a sense, but maybe not quite that kind of like rappy kind of style version of it, of Higher Ground, the Stevie Wonder song. Love that song. And then Queen, another one, Bites the Dust, another one that gets you going dun dun. And I love playing the bass in that. It's just so fun. And there's that reverse piano sound that's in that. That sounds really cool. There's some really cool effects kind of things. I can use the D-beam that's on the keyboard here. I don't know if you guys know that. Do you know what the D-beam does? What does a D-beam do?
What do you mean? No, like, what do you mean?
What is a D-beam? Hold on. Where's that flashlight? Let me put it here somewhere.
It died.
Okay, hold on. Does it show it?
Yeah.
Can you kind of see it? D-beam.
Yeah.
Yeah, we see it.
Yeah. So what that is a fancy form of like a theremin. So you wave your hand above it like this, go like this with it, up and down.
Oh.
There's an actual beam of light of sorts or whatever that frequency, and you go woo, 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 like that.
That's cool.
Or other sounds. You can affect it with that, right? So there's that. And then there's what happened? Why did that pop up? Okay. Then we have I've always wanted to do this song, and because these guys are a couple, they love blues and they want to do some country songs too. And I love blues music and stuff. I'm a huge fan of Ray Charles. Yeah, I love Ray Charles stuff. So I got to do what I say. So that's the song that I'm like, come on, man. I know there's no real guitar part in, but you can, I've seen versions where he's got a guitarist up there, So that'd be cool. And you know what got me into that song was, of course, SNL and John Belushi when he was Mozart. Or no, when he was Beethoven. He's going deaf and he was getting old. Yeah, and they're like, Ludwig, eat. And he's like, oh, thank you, whatever. I'm okay, or whatever. And then they leave, and then he puts on, he's like going, don't, making noises. He puts on the glasses, and he's like, tell me what I say. They come in, start singing background to it. So that song, the memory of that song on SNL in the 70s growing up.
I got two songs for you, Laz, from the 70s.
All right. I'm not done yet with the list, though. You want me to keep going?
Well,
go ahead.
Wait, listen. You want some really cool 70s keyboard sounds? Boz Scaggs, Harbor Lights.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Harbor Lights. I
should add that.
Then Lowdown.
Lowdown.
Scaggs, Lowdown.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of great songs from the 70s with keyboards in it. So, of course, Led Zeppelin. Can't not have Led Zeppelin in our genre of, in one of our genre. Like, we've got classic rock genre. We've got, we're going to mix it all up, sometimes. But there might be places where we're like, yeah, we can't do Les Chic here. But we might be able to do Zeppelin, So we've got like Rock and Roll by Zeppelin, Whole Lotta Love, even though it has that middle section that, I know somebody sings that and can sing it. I've seen he was doing it with the Memorex group. Then I was thinking about some Van Halen songs too. There's some good ones you can get moving and dancing to, like Why Can't This Be Love? Jump,
Jamie's Crying.
Of course. Yeah, Jamie's Crying. Yeah, it works. And then ZZ Top, of course, like Give Me All Your Lovin', LaGrange, Sharp Dressed Man, those are great songs. And then some car songs like Best Friend's Girl and She's Magic, right? Uh-oh, she's magic. Then see, that's why I don't sing. Then like Men at Work. I just saw Men at Work, so I'm on a trip with the Men at Work thing. I'm like, oh man, I remember that band was so great. Who can it be now? So that's got some saxophone stuff. So I can do bass with my left hand and the sax part with my right hand on keyboards. So I know it's kind of maybe lame, but I don't think so. I think it's cool, especially if you can use an expression pedal with the saxophone thing to get the sound to be really like a saxophone. Now, if I want to go all in, I take that funky rolly keyboard and use that live, and then I can really make it sound like a saxophone with that thing. But then I got to set up a laptop and doing that. That's the one thing about that keyboard. The reason why I haven't like presented it to you guys yet in like how it sounds and everything is because you got to have it set up with a laptop running. But it's a complicated thing to do it right. And it's not that high on my priority list. I want to get this stuff all running here first, right? So, and then the next song, Land Down Under, it's a fun song. It's got that fluty thing. I can do that on that. Yeah, right. And then we've got like Dire Straits, Money for Nothing, Walk of Life, So Far Away From Me. It's a little lower key song. I'd love to do Twistin' by the Pool, but people say, I hate that song by Dire Straits. But I love that song because it's got that fun keyboard part too. Twistin' by the Pool. And then The Police, of course, Walking on the Moon. Everything she does is magic. It's a great song as well that are not necessarily as hard to sing if you've got the right singer for that, And then maybe a couple U2 songs like Where the Streets Have No Name or some others, right? Journey, of course, Don't Stop Believing Any Way You Want It. 38 Special, Hold On Loosely. And then get some like hair metal kind of band stuff a little bit in there, like Breaking the Law by Judas Priest. That's a danceable song. You got like Living After Midnight, and You've Got Another Thing Coming also. So, and by this time I was already starting to fall asleep last night. These are the things I'm adding to our list we haven't decided on. Everything from let's say from Zeppelin down. We talked about Zeppelin, but pretty much from Zeppelin down. So Zeppelin, Van Halen, ZZ Top, The Cars, Men at Work, Dire Straits, The Police, U2, Journey, 38 Special, Judas Priest. None of these we've talked about yet. I'm just adding that to a list I'd like to have on the list. And then Scorpions, Big City Lights. That's a good one. Big City. And then there's a bunch of like Thin Lizzy songs. And God, there's like so many great songs from the 70s, late 60s that are like you can play in a bar that gets people up and, having fun. And then there's just like the straight up blues stuff too, right? You can just do the slow, just listening while you have your drinks and talk over your meal kind of
nice. Yeah.
So we'll see. So that's what we're planning on putting together. So
Holly asks, who is singing all of these incredibly high songs?
Right. Well, that's the thing. Maybe no one. Maybe it's just all, somebody's playing the vocal part, either on a keyboard or on a guitar or something. We do have singers in our community here in the area. Oh, you just started watching? Andy just said he started watching. I was just telling everyone about the list of stuff, dude. I want to add. So if you just started watching, you're like, what? He's adding like 20 more songs that I have to learn too. I'm the one who doesn't like practice as much. They're having to practice all the time because drums and the lead guitar guy, they gotta know their shit. Whereas I'm playing rhythm and keyboards.
Should be drums and bass,
and I'm doing the easier parts, kind of. But I'm gonna be practicing way more now, and especially if we're gonna add some more songs like this. But we got.
Hey, you could always get AI to do the vocals.
No, that's not what. That's what I'm gonna do to AI. Anyway, no AI. It's more like I. So that was funny. Yeah, that was funny. So yeah, last year, pretty cool year for gear for sure. I got a lot of really nice gear for inside the studio that's gonna be
that's the one thing I really
have
like.
time and you're not working so much or something, Alex? Do you ever have some free time you want to come down here and help me hook shit up and do stuff like that? Then tell me when you're free.
Usually every weekend. I don't work weekends.
There you go.
Yeah, I don't work weekends. Yeah,
but the problem is getting down here is expensive for you. It just costs money, man. To come down.
It costs money, but it's not that crazy.
Yeah. By the way, my sister is playing up there. Let me see what's the date on this thing. I'll show you guys my sister's. So I shared that one video to you guys. I hope some of you guys did jump in on that. Let me show you her gigs that are coming up. So I mentioned the one at the Whiskey in March. Yep. We're also playing a gig at Gallagher's. I'm involved in with the Memorex people for St. Patty's Day. So that's going to be an all-day gig from the afternoon on. We're going to be rocking out and who knows what else. All right, let me see. Then Die. Yeah. So yeah, they're playing at the Boardwalk in Orangevale.
Yep.
Have you heard of that place?
That's basically Roseville, Sacramento.
That's a really good place from what I hear.
It's one of my favorite venues. It's where I watched so many of my favorite bands before they got big. There
you go. So here's the event link. How do I copy it? Can I copy that post?
From Billy Ray.
Okay, got it. Okay. So they're playing on February, I think 8th. Here it is. So this is the link to Facebook. I'm assuming that'll work in the chat. If you're in the Sacramento area, which you kind of are, and so is Brent, you got to meet us out there because I'm going to go up the day before. Well, earlier that day, I'm taking my mom. She's 80 something now, So I'm taking her, and we're going to stay at some place there, and then we're going to visit some other family that we have.
Better. She's a lovely lady.
We actually have one of my cousins, a couple of my cousins actually, and one of my cousin's kids.
Nice.
They live up near the Auburn area. Because during COVID, they just wanted to get away from anyone because they have kids that have immune deficiency issues. They didn't want to have.
Why did they come up here? We were like the one places that never closed.
Yeah, but you can stay away from people.
Yeah.
Here there's
Yeah,
people everywhere. And up there in the mountains there you're acres away from people in some cases, right?
Yeah, I have 4 acres.
Yourself delivered.
I have 4 acres. Yeah,
you don't go out anywhere. You just live like mountain people, and you can have stuff delivered to you, and then you just spray it, and then wait.
Yeah, that was like the nice thing. Let's come out of that.
Yeah. So we'll go up for that show. So that's early February. So that's right after NAMM.
So me and Brent will definitely go to that.
Yeah, you guys definitely got it. I got tickets for that. So we have to sell some of those tickets. So let me know if you're truly interested. I'll get you to
yes, I'm very much interested. So
yeah, it's gonna be their band. If you listen to that music,
I also love the boardwalk.
Listen to that. Tell me what you thought. They have this song on their website. As a matter of fact, if you want to hear their music, let me put up their website. It's thendieband.com. So which HTTP then die band. And they have one of their songs that they site can't be reached. What do you mean?
Maybe
not
it's down
secure.
For maintenance.
Reload. I'm reloading it. Maybe I just need to open the link from Facebook. It's probably faster. We do that.
They should have a song called "Then Die Already,"
right?
Or just die
so
already.
They call themselves a new metal band exploring control, collapse, and rebirth. Follow events. I was already following the events. All right, let me go to their page here, and I'll go to their about. And then there's the website. Well, see here, it just takes you there. Okay, let's see if I can share that link, because this is like a link through Facebook, so hopefully this works.
No, I'm not, Holly.
So if you click on this link, was that the same as the last one? Yeah. That's weird. So why would it be the same one as the last one? That doesn't make sense. Hold on a second. Yeah. Oh, dang it. Okay. Let's see if I click up here and I go copy link. Instead of sharing, maybe when you share it does something else. There's all these All right, back to here. Let's see. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that one's different. All right. Yeah, that takes you to their site. Right at the bottom of that, like on my phone, is their first song that they're releasing called Out of the Ashes. And I can play some of it for you guys right now if you want to hear a little.
Go for it. But I'm not going to get you a copy strike.
It's not your fault.
It's not at that level yet, but maybe in the future it will. There you go, Alex. He's already got Alex moving.
Alex, Peggy's waving $1.
He wants you to dance, Alex. There you go.
Yeah, noise cancellation starting to happen now, though.
Oh, yeah, I should have, huh? Dang it. I forgot to do that. They need to have a big button right here that you can just go.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, that would be an improvement.
Yeah.
I have to do like 3 or 4 clicks just to do that. Anyway, so, well, you guys kind of get an idea of what it sounds like, right? It's pretty heavy, right?
Mm-hmm.
The wrong button. See, these are both red, so I just went right after the red one. Anyway, right on Monica. So that's my sister Monica playing drums. Yeah.
All I need is Monopoly money, Peggy.
Right. Yeah, you just gotta have the Monopoly money for Gumby over here. All right, so yeah, Monica's killing it on every track. She's like, the drums are killer. They really are. And everything was recorded live in a studio called Puss Cavern in Sacramento. You probably know that place, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So
really, really cool studio. I went there one of the days they were doing some of the guitar tracks and stuff, and then mixing down some of the things. We're just like listening and stuff, and a couple vocal parts too. But yeah, man, they worked on that for over, I think, a period of several months, because they went in there when like there was free space and it wasn't as expensive then on a weekend or whatever, or there were like cancellations or whatever, and they'd run up to Sacramento and do it, And over the time between like summer and now, I think like late summer and now, they've got it done. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, nice. It's not typically the style of music I would go out and buy an album of, because it's something that I don't typically listen to. But for that type of music, it was pretty killer. Yeah. I'm getting bing bonged on my, I don't know why. Maybe some, simplifier structure improvements, something or another about bending spoons, something. What?
Oh, StreamYards has been bought out by the parent company.
I see. Okay. There you go.
I do gotta go though.
So. Okay. Well, we should be ending it now. It's like I've been going for at least an hour and a half.
Yeah.
You rock, Alex. Let me know by tomorrow then, or whenever you can.
Yeah, I should know a little bit more about it tomorrow.
Right on.
Alrighty.
And
Later.
Yeah, so it's just you and me now, Ron. And the people in the chat. So that was like a pretty good list of the songs that are banned, like what I've been working with Andy and this guy Steve. And several of those songs are songs I've already done with the Memorex group of people too. So that's really cool. It gives me like, I get to play those songs again, kind of thing. And in the past, I never thought about, I want to do like covers or be in a cover band. But at this age now, I think it's kind of cool. It's like get out, play at some wineries or at some coffee,
just have fun
places. Just do it for fun. Just have fun with it. And there's no like, there's no attitude. There's no pressure. There's like restaurants and places. There's so many places. Like Johnny sat in on a gig with a buddy of his out at that tiki bar place a few years ago. I borrowed my amp for that, So there's all kinds of stuff like that you can do that's local. There's so many places, around here. And like a lot of people in the chat were commenting about how cool it's been. I've been posting up a bunch of these music stores I've been going to. Dude, that's just like some of them. Those are like some of the more of my favorites. There's a ton. There's more. There's like several more. Even in my area, there's another one right nearby, and then there's the Guitar Center here. There used to be another place called Heartline Guitars as well. In the Oakland area, there's several other small shops, and there's some other ones in San Francisco. There's builders all around the area. You got Mesa Boogie up in the Santa Rosa area, and Santa Cruz. Kramer's not far away from, not that they're building them there, but I think his name is Gary, right? Gary Kramer lives nearby. Johnny knows that guy. There's so many cool shops. There's a place called Griffin Stringed Instruments that I've been to. I had my SR-71, my Super Strat authentic Gibson, worked on when I got it back from my cousin. I sold it to him for $1 and told him you cannot sell it, and he has to sell it back to me for $1 after I want it back at some point in life. And so that's what happened. And it needed to be set up and worked on because it had been just left in the fog in Daly City. If you know anything about the Bay Area, it's also known as the Fog City. And he lived in Daly City, which is a really foggy part of the city. And it would be in this like kind of garage, but they had sealed it up pretty much into like just a jam room, right? But still, I mean, the fog, I mean, it's just everything's moist. And speaking of moist, there's this new app that I don't know how new it is, but it's new to me, called Moises. Have you heard of it? All right, I'll send you a link on this stuff. This is one of the apps that Steve and Andy started using. I think it was Steve that introduced it. His guitarist friend, Jeff. I don't know. I got to get in touch with him too, because he's got this Hamer, not Kramer, but a Hamer from the late 80s that he's had for a long time. And he wants to get something else. So he wants to sell that to get to something else. And I'm like, dude, I'll buy that from you. So that's probably going to be guitar number 1 of the year. And it's really, really nice. It's like one of those, it's got like 5 or 6 pickups in it. It's like a Dragon Slayer, like, studio dudes kind of guitar from the late 80s. It's got, all the switches, and it does all the different things, and you can get all the tones. It's like a Toto guitar, it's like a Luke of some kind, right? But we're talking at its peak in the late 80s, a Hamer USA built guitar in real nice shape. He showed me pictures. I'm like, yeah, I'll buy that. I'm like, I told him, don't even sell that to anyone else. Just sell it to me. Okay. And
what color is it?
It's that dark, almost black purple. That's
Cool.
like a very light sparkle. So it's not heavy sparkle. You know what I mean? It's like, like that stuff that you tossed on what's his name's guitar?
MPN.
MPN. Yeah. MPN. Where you at? MPN. What's up? So yeah, it's nice. It's nice. Yeah. So in certain kind of light, you're going to see it's not black, but it looks black otherwise, So I told him, yeah, don't sell that to anyone else, sell it to me. So that's probably going to be the first guitar purchase of the year, probably. I'm happy so far with amps, but, I'm going to be playing a lot around with these plugins that I got. So I got the that Guitar Safari Studio, whatever that thing is, the deserted island kind of perfect amps of clean high headroom tone plugin suite from UA. And out of everyone who's doing this stuff, they're doing it probably at the highest level. If you guys know anything about Universal Audio, they're like top of the line microphones and things like that. All the studio gear, most of that kind of stuff. Anything UA makes, it's not gonna be a whatever. In the past, they would be so expensive. I mean, this for $150. I think they were selling it half off or more during the Christmas and Black Friday deal sales. So for $150, you've got this plug-in suite of guitars and not guitars, guitar amps and effects. Yeah, everything. Yeah. And it's like you don't need anything else. You do need other stuff. Like it doesn't do like metal. Like it's more like Dumbles and older Marshalls and Fenders and things like that. But for high headroom, clean amps that you can run pedals into, and you can actually run pedals into them too, not just the ones that you get with it. So I've seen them talking about how you can do that and all that. So that's the kind of thing that I'm going to be doing a lot in the studio here with some of this gear, recording some of my songs that I want to do and other people's songs that want to come in here and like cut some tracks. And I've got some family members that are very musical that can't wait to get in here. And then I've got a new student now too that I'm teaching guitar. So I was saying earlier that my Fernando, I loaned it to her, but I hand it to her and she puts it on this way. And I'm like, oh, you're a lefty. I'm like, oh, shit. So either you decide to play righty, even though you're a lefty. And I start showing her videos of like, all the famous people that are lefties but play righty, and then all the famous lefties that stayed lefty, McCartney to Hendrix and etc. But people like like Knopfler, for example. We're talking Dire Straits, right? He's a lefty, but he plays righty. There's a lot of lefties that play righty. So like I think it was PRS, Paul Reed Smith, who said, "You don't make right hand, or they only make He says, they don't make left-handed pianos, do they? Why do I need to make a left-handed guitar? He said he'd never make a lefty guitar, but he does now. But I think that was the quote that he probably heard or used or whatever. They don't make left-handed pianos, do they? So he's like, nope. So it is what it is, right? And just like on a saxophone or any other instrument, you got to use both hands. So left or right, whatever, just learn it.
Very true.
Right?
Yes.
It just makes your life easier if you ask me. I told her if she wants, I can flip the nut, and flip everything around, just turn everything on the other direction, right? I'm actually the nut. I'll have to cut her a new nut. I'll have to get I'll have to get her a proper lefty nut, or just cut one, But the bottom line is that if she
put a left-handed neck on it.
Yeah, there's that too. Yeah. But the thing is, or I could just get a roller ball nut, and then that solves the problem. It doesn't matter what size string you put on it, right? They're all the same. So that's the best thing to get for a lefty player, because then they can play either way. Just switch the strings and use like a Music Man or some other kind of like a 3x3 type headstock guitar. But anyway, so I don't know what else was I going to talk about. I was in the show. I had some other topics. Did you want to say something else?
Well, I mean, I can't wait till you get your studio up and running, because that's what I plan on doing this year, is doing more of what I've been doing. So
right. Yeah. And thanks for sharing that track of your son's band.
Oh, thank you. You're welcome.
Faith and Failure. They're sounding great. Yeah. Awesome stuff. And that's why in the topic for this show too, I didn't want to just talk about 2025. And there's a lot of gear I got that I can go, oh, I got this and I got that and I got that. I don't want to be one of those guys, even though there's nothing wrong with that. But I think for me, this last year has been more about playing out and going out to live shows. And I definitely, hit my stride with that. I'm real happy about that. And I think even more of that's coming. So I'm very excited about that. And I highly suggest to people, get out there and play music with other people. I'm going to go catch one of my friends. He's an adult, like almost my age, and he's playing, he's going to School of Rock, the adults School of Rock thing. So he's been doing that, and he's a drummer. So they're doing a show on the 18th. So I'm going to go to that. So, I mean, if I lived in the city, like if I was living in what we call the city, San Francisco, at whatever age, I'd be at a show at least once a week, because there's always something going on. There's always a good show to catch. And honestly, even around here, there's quite a bit of live music being played on a regular basis out here. There's even a place here that does like jam. You can like jump in, open mic kind of style place called Our Place, by some bassist of some rock band from the 90s. I heard it wasn't that nice of a place or whatever, but bar, right? I'm not going there to drink or pick up women. I'm just going there to play some music. Doesn't really matter to me who's listening or what they're doing. I'll just be having a good time playing, So for me, I've reached those goals this past year. Didn't reach the goal of having the studio set up like the way I wanted to last year, but definitely the studio room and getting this set up. I've got the lights and all that too to hook up and everything. So part of what's been holding me off is that I want to finish that wall of Soundtrap guitar hangers there, so that the one that I was showing some of you guys might have come in later to the show. I finally redid this one, but I had to do it in a narrower size because I need to do 7 across there, and I can't go wider than 16 for each guitar. So this is 16 wide by 48 high. That's my Kiss. The band, well, it's not the band. It was more the song or the guitarist, Ace Frehley, that got me jumping around in the living room with a tennis racket going, Exactly, right? Man. And then finding out only recently that he didn't even write the solo. But still, the way they played it with the double guitar thing, that was cool. Who else was doing it back then like that, where you doubled the solo? And then Paul Stanley comes in on it with, a couple, notes away or whatever, like an interval different, and it sounds super cool. So that was stuff that later on you saw and heard metal bands doing that double solo thing all the time. But they were the first ones, I think, that were doing that, from what I can recall. Maybe some other bands were doing it in there's a lot of good bands back in the day. But yeah, anyway. Somebody in the chat might know, like Miggy Schmoltz. Miggy Schmoltz. Miggy Schmoltz. It's Miguel. Oh, hey, Miguel. Miguel won something too, right? Isn't that you, Miguel? I think he's somebody that I think I just purchased the thing for him and had it sent direct. He wanted a guitar dock. And I think that was you, right, Miguel? Yeah, Thin Lizzy for sure. Biggie Smalls. Oh, okay. I get it. Okay, so it's Miggy Smalls. Okay. Biggie Smalls. That's good. I love it. Right on. Dang it, instrument, says Peggy. Dang it. All right. James says he heard that there was an interment that started out left-handed but then became right-handed. Well, the piano does go kind of from the left hand to the right and then back again. So it does work that way. Just saying. And then you can cross over sometimes too. Like that. You can do that too. It works. I'm just joshing. Just showing off my... All right. High boots and wood. What? Okay, let's see. My friend and I made high boots out of wood and painted them with silver spray paint. Okay. Yeah. So you were doing the same thing. Yeah. Right on, dude. These guys like chopping, boots, moon boots out of wood, painting them silver and all. That's cool. That reminds me of like when we went and saw the Four Musketeers, I think it was called. Or was it called the Three Musketeers movie with the fourth one in it? Or was it called the Four Musketeers? It was a 70s movie. Anyway, we went and saw that. We were kids. We were like maybe 7, 8 years old or whatever, right? And my dad made us these wooden swords, that we were like fighting with afterwards, out of like I don't know, something you'd stick in the ground at your little backyard, like garden that we had, like some carrots growing and things like that, like this. Yeah. So these little sticks, they were very light. They weren't heavy. You couldn't hurt each other with those, even if you hit each other with them, right? But then I don't know where we found it, but we found a can of gold spray paint somewhere in the garage or somewhere there, and we just start spraying the swords gold, right? Of course, we got gold paint all over ourselves too somehow in the process. And when my dad got home, holy crap, he was pissed. He's like, oh my god. He's like, grabs us and he's got the turpentine out, and with a rag he's rubbing on us like with the turpentine, and we're like, ow, our arms were all red from, because who knows how many hours we were out in the sun with that gold paint sprayed on our skin. That was probably not a good thing, but that's what kids did back in the 70s, right? Stuff like that. So yeah, I totally get, painting some wooden boots that you carved and pretending to be Ace Frehley, right? Yeah. Loose, just don't put cotton balls. All right. Some of the chat comments are funny as hell. So I did want to ask you guys, after the show, leave a comment in the comment section. It really helps the channel. That's something that I figured I'd try to make you do to be part of winning things in the past. Leave a comment about this, and then the special word, and then you get to be entered in the drawing. So that was like a fun way to get more comments. But leave some comments afterwards. Let me know what your plans are for the year. What piece of gear you were really happy that you got this year? or the last year that passed. And what are you planning on getting this next year? I'm going to be getting cables. That's what I'm excited about. I'm going to buy some cable, and I'm going to be soldering cable. That's kind of what my plan is. And if I didn't have to deal with all this property management stuff that I got dumped on me during my holiday break, I would have been making cables. I would have switched over the upstairs storage rooms around. I would have had my Guitar Mod Squad room set up where I can solder and do everything, because there's a window right there and I can vent stuff, even though I bought one of those thingies, one of those filters too. Yeah. But even then, you know, I will be able to do anything I want up there outside of spraying, you know, paint on a guitar. That I'll have to do.
You're
just
welcome,
like you
Holly.
do it, you know, in warmer weather and whatnot. So Holly says, my new gear on the headphone holders. Oh, there you go. Yeah, I'm expecting one of those too, right?
Yep.
Are you making me a pink one?
Yes. You and Johnny both are getting pink ones.
Nice. I saw a really nice pink PRS over at that.
Actually, you both of you are getting two. I sent Holly two. You're getting two, and awesome. Johnny's getting two.
I know exactly where I'm going to put them too. That's awesome. So there'll be a little bit of reconfiguring going on in the room here in the near in about a week. I think by a week from now, I should have all those, because I have enough time each day to maybe make one of those things. So I've gone over to my brother's in the garage there to do it, because I can make a mess there, right? And it's been raining on and off too much to set stuff up, and I hate keep setting up, tearing down, setting up, tearing down. It's just so time consuming and such a pain in the butt to do. So, you know, I just have everything at his garage, and there's a big work table there I can do it all on. So I just go there, and if I have an extra hour or two, I can do one of these, you know. So that's what I did. I started working on some of those, and some of them are going to be pretty funky. Like this one right here is like probably one of the most simplest ones. There's one that looks like it's like, you know, I killed a polar bear and I got its fur, and it's going to be definitely going to put that over the couch, because I don't want that anything near the hot amps or anything that might go, because I don't think that's fireproof, that thing. And there's definitely no smoking allowed in here, not in this boy's room. Anyway, so yeah, and then these actually the hangers that I have up here are fret rest hangers. And I haven't had any issues with them messing with any of my guitars. The foam that they use on those, I think, is okay, but most of the guitars I have on up, you know, hung up there, aren't using lacquered finishes, though, I don't think. So I don't know, but I'm going to be replacing all the hangers with the fret rest ones. So these are fret rest, the string swing ones. So the fret rest ones that are these black ones that are up there, show you again. I'm going to have those for giveaways. So I'll give those away to other people, because I want everything to be string swing. And not for any reason other than in the future, if I ever do sell these items as like some kind of a thing on Etsy or Reverb or whatever, I'll want to have a contract with them using their guitar hangers as my proprietary guitar hangers. So that's it, you guys. Yeah, leave a comment after the show. Tell me what you thought. Are you sure he didn't just need a roadie? Oh, let's see. Oh, they're talking to each other again. They're talking to each other again. Yeah, good night, Lewis. Everyone's saying laters to everybody. Are you sure you're Lewis? Okay. Yeah, I'd have to go all the way back and try to figure out what they're talking about here. I made nunchucks out of broomsticks. Okay, there you go.
They were trying to figure out why Johnny borrowed your amp.
Oh, okay.
And then she said, are you sure he just didn't need a roadie?
No. I actually gave it to him. Yeah, it wasn't like that at all. It's my 20-watt Blackstar HT20, and he was doing just a small, like, sit-in, like he's sitting in for a couple songs kind of gig, and he took his Bean Pod, the Johnny Bean Pod. He took that with him, his Line 6 Pro, or what do they call it, the Pod Go or not? I don't think they had
no.
The original.
It's just the Pod.
Yeah, it's an old style, the old Bean
the
Pod.
kidney bean.
The kidney bean thing. So he had that and my HT20, and it worked perfectly for him, because otherwise his other amp that he has is his big big ass, way too heavy amp. And he's like, I'm like, dude, just borrow my 1x12, 20 watts, plenty loud for that little gig. And it was perfect. It worked. That's why I bought that thing, because it's great for just sitting in the room, here playing or whatever. But what's nice about some of the amps I have in here, what I love about like these little mini things is they're 30 watts, so they'll get loud through a 2x12 cab, right? Plenty loud, but they sound really good at low volumes. And for example, the EVH amp, that thing has a master volume on it, right? So that's another thing, is having things set up over here where I can go through the IRX, for example. I can control the volume that way. So there's lots of ways to do it when you have a studio. And that's something else that I'm planning on having, as like, talking about having your own studio set up in a bedroom in an apartment like this. You can do it. People do it in like closet size stuff, I mean, you could do it on, Johnny says, oh, you can record an album on a phone. Yeah, you can. But how convenient is that going to be? The reason I bought this SSL stuff is because I won't have to touch a mouse, and I'd be able to do everything like I used to do in the studio we had in the 90s. So I'm familiar with working at board, right? And it's very fluid. Like, it's time saving versus going into menus and looking things and trying to see what the hell, and whereas it's all right here. Bam, So that's part of the reason I invested in that, because for me, it's about time, saving time, because I'm getting old. I have limited time. No. I want to get as much time in on the recording and putting stuff together, as I can. And I hate using the computer with a mouse and doing that. It's just,
it's what I've
even done. Here I don't use a mouse. I just use my pad where I use my little thing.
And I've let you hear what I've been doing, and I've been doing it in this room. And it's funny because it sounds so much better than what we did professionally 35 years ago.
Sure. Yeah. And that's because back then, you really had to spend $1 million to have a studio like what you have here. You really would. It's no joke. Everyone that has like all the plug-in suites and all these things, the IK multimedia stuff, I also bought that one too, because I'm like, why not? For $60 or $75, it was something like that. I'm like, I'm just gonna get that too, because it's got all this other stuff in it that's just really so cool that I'll be able to use. And even though it's software based, it's in the cloud or whatever, it's still you still own your part of it. And those aren't companies that are going to go out of business soon. It's like, Black Star was bought out by who? Right? Oh, wait a minute. Am I confusing things? I think they were bought by somebody, but I'm trying to recall now. Okay, I'm confused.
Rock Daddy buys all amps and equipment.
There you go. Rock Daddy. Is he here? Here he is, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, no, I was thinking about Line 6. Sorry. So Line 6 got bought out by Yamaha. And that's why you're seeing some, killer major upgrades, because Yamaha's been doing, studio grade processors for decades, since the 70s and 80s, right? So they, maybe even before, right, in Japan. And they don't mess around. They're Japanese are very meticulous about things like that, right? And look at the era of Japanese made guitars from the 70s on. They became huge, way better than Fender. Japanese made Fenders were so good. It made Fender go, oh, we better get back on it. We can't just sit on our laurels anymore, rest on our laurels. So yeah, to me, it's the fact that you can do it in a room like this, and you can do it on a laptop or on a phone too. There's a lot of stuff you can do, very limited stuff. Just a few pieces of gear, you can put together, some amazing music. It doesn't have to be super fancy. I mean, people used to just play out, and record it with a Tascam 4-track or whatever, right?
Did that many times.
Yeah, the Edge was famous for, of U2, was famous for putting together basic rough cut song ideas on his 4-track. and he did everything that way because it was his flow, So I don't know what he's doing now, but all of these things are mimicking those things. So the way that this setup here is set up to work, it's set up to work like a real board, but everything's in the box in the computer. So you don't have to have all the hardware part of it, the tubes and the wires that can go bad, and what costs. I need to drink some water. Oh my God. My throat got dry. Sorry. So, that's why those boards cost, hundreds of thousands of dollars, not $1 million to maintain, because they break down. You got to get them fixed. Somebody's got to go up in there, and they got to be an expert at it, and you got to pay them, hand over fist for everything they're doing. Big money, right? And so now, for a few $1,000s, you can get a setup that's just unbelievable what you can do with it. And it comes with free softwares, like basically an entire suite of, multi-track recording stuff, their own DAW, even they have their own like 360 workflow kind of thing. So it'll take me some time to get to really know this system, but in a year or so working with it, it's going to be like magic, just doing stuff like that, and then bam, radio ready, kind of, if people listen to radio anymore, kind of stuff, right? So like that one song that you sent me, dude, or several, didn't you?
Yeah.
I was like, wow, did you use AI to make this? Because that's how good it was. It sounded like a really well, created, produced song or songs. Like what, Sumo and all these other people are using these AI things to, and that's exactly what AI is doing. It's just copying the best from the best of the best, all that data that's out there, and just compiling it and making songs by just your prompts. And I'll end on that, because I was going to end a little while ago, but I'll end on it now finally. This is if you're new to the channel, by the way, this happens a lot. We're going to end the show an hour ago, but we're now ending it.
It never
ends. Yeah, it never ends. Because, I keep going back to what my topics were at the beginning and what I put in the description. So, all this AI generated stuff, I think, is going to get real old real fast. I think people are going to want to see an actual performing creator and artist, not some robot doing a version of some humanoids mashed together. Okay. So even though it's interesting and it's a fad kind of a thing at first, right? It's like, like you two saying, even better than the real thing. I don't think so. It's not better than the real thing, because you can't go to a show and watch AI do. Well, maybe some other people are going to start doing AI covers, and that might happen. There's some people that were saying early on when they were doing those AI versions of like Diddy or something like that, and people were like, oh man, it's just like, I wish Diddy would do a song, but he's not doing anything. But shit, this AI song is like it's one of the best Diddy songs ever. It's like, but it's not a Diddy song, but it's a Diddy. It's like if you do a Zeppelin style song and it sounds just like them, it's a Zeppelin style song. So
yeah,
it's not Zeppelin, and it's just like if you play a Mozart tune, it's a Mozart kind of a thing, or if it's a Beethoven kind of thing, or whatever, right? Rachmaninoff is a Rachmaninoff kind of thing.
There's a 64 channel board we used before.
Yeah.
And then there's the 2-inch Studer tape machine.
Studer, those things are fun to get in alignment.
Yeah.
Right.
So
cut
it
was paste the actual tape. So when they say we're cutting the tape, they're talking about cutting the tape up and splicing it together, and to do that was an art form, man. And if you messed it up, that was that. Oh, yeah, you can't make mistakes like that. Right?
I used everything I have here: the drum machine, the Helix, the Rodecaster, the Engel amps, and several guitars. And
it sounded great.
If you listen close enough, you can hear a few mistakes every now and then.
Mm-hmm.
So, but It is what it is.
No,
I did send them away and have them professionally mixed by Mark. So
Mark did a great job. Yeah.
He added.
And that buddy of yours, his vocals though, man, that takes the cake. Yeah.
Well, they were added. He emphasized some of them too, but when
that's what
he's like the requirements. What do you? I said 80s metal at its that's why a lot of things got reverb everywhere. But
right, very almost too heavy. It's almost beyond 80s hair metal reverb in there too. It's almost more modern in the sense where you hear a lot of people kind of almost going after like a modern wall of sound of sorts, where you're almost like in the most cavernous cave of a cavern of a cave kind of all right, so I think that's it for the show. I don't know, do you have anything else you want to add? Anything that you got last year outside of what I sent you that you really
no, what you sent me, that pedal was the best. Now you're sending me the other one, so there you go.
Well,
the only guitar I'm looking for this year is the mirrored Soloist.
Okay, so is that the last one?
If I get that one, which I thought I had it last week,
almost
I got scammed. I got scammed.
Oh, so, how? Like, how did they scam you?
Well, Billy Ray found the actual ad, and it's at a guitar store in Texas.
So somebody else
bought it supposedly from somebody in Massachusetts.
But you got your money back. Was it on Reverb or eBay?
It was Reverb. Yeah,
wow,
Reverb.
So even Reverb is even getting that bad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. By the way, if you want to check out a cool Reverb store that just popped up, I heard about the other day. Seal, the pop musical artist, singer, songwriter, right? I believe opened a store on Reverb, and he plays guitar too. By the way, he's very good. Outside of being an amazing vocalist and all, he's probably a multi-instrumentalist as well. Yeah, so go check that out.
I can.
And I'll probably do one eventually. Yeah, play us out with that. I'll probably do a Reverb store at some point this year. I want to at least start putting up my stuff on there just to get evaluation on everything.
Yeah, I would.
And,
I like the sound traps. Thank you. Yeah, you want? I can play us out with Jack the Ripper.
Where did they end up anyway?
They're going here and here.
Okay,
right here.
Cool.
I will send photos when they're done.
That's cool. Right on. Yeah, even Phil McKnight's, he never has it anywhere that anyone sees it. I think it's like it's Shauna said that, dude, that's so cool. You can hang a guitar on that in the living room. I think that was her comment on it. I'm like, okay, I'm onto something, But yeah, it was a custom leather with studs, leather hanger. So I'm gonna be doing some fun ones in here, and then at some point I'll be figuring out some boxes and things like that on how I can do it so it's modular, so you can like IKEA put it together yourself, and there'll be you can do multiple different covers, you can change them up. So that was a cool idea about how to change them up. So that'll be coming, but getting it so that when I have to have it like there's a certain way I have it planned out. I've already had some like samples done by my mom. Now I need to take them to some other seamstresses and say, here's an example. Here's how you make it. Here's the layout of what you have to do. Make me 10 of them. Okay, make me 50 of them. Make me 100 of them. I want to know, I need to be able to scale it, and I need to know how much it'll cost to do that. And I'll need to know, is it going to be even a viable thing? Is going to be something that is, going to make sense to sell? Because you can make these yourself. So you just get a stapler and some fabric and just fold it over, and make it yourself. But then you have to buy the material, cut the material. And the way I hang them, this is an interesting part of this. I don't know if you could see this easily.
If you don't want to use that one, listen, if you don't want to use that one because it's not Ace and Peter, I know a guy might buy it off of you.
I have enough fabric to make another one, so I can make one for him.
Okay.
So let me show you that. I don't know if you could see at this angle. Okay, there you go. Okay, but it's inset a little bit. So this, if I go like this, yeah, here we go. Okay. So this actually is recessed into it some. So the soundboard I actually use, and then you can see the screws sticking out there. I actually, oh wait, I got to get this. This is Ron's favorite thing. Okay, so
I'll print you one in purple or something.
So you can kind of see I use like industrial kind of staples, you know. They're going through here into the backside of a piece of wood. So this is a thin piece of plywood, right? And then I got 2 sheets of soundboard material. And then I cover that with a felt so that the edges here are more rounded and soft. And then I have the fabric. Now, depending on the fabric that you're using, what just fell? Oh, nothing. Depending on the fabric, like this is very thin. This is like you buy it at like Michael's or whatever, or Joann's, and this is for like kids, you know, for their like pillows or comforter cover or sheets or something like that, right? So I'm surprised Van Halen hasn't been doing stuff like this, like selling stuff like that. Anyway, but you can buy Scooby-Doo and Peanuts and, you know, whatever, all kinds of different like Pokemon stuff like that, all those kinds of things you can get, right? But the way I did it is you have the 1/2 inch of the first, you know, sheet of soundboard, and I cut out that part all the way, you know, through to the back of this piece of plywood, and then I put a piece of 3 1/4 piece of pine or wood that I attached. That's what this is nailed onto. Okay, and that this sits on top of that. So this isn't sitting on top of soundboard. Now the ones that I sent to you that way. You just screw it right onto the soundboard right through, and that'll be fine. That works really good too. But this is really the way I'm planning to do it as, you know, the product, because it's much more stable. You're wood on wood going through wood onto the wall, not through some soft soundboard. And then the material I'm planning to use for the IKEA ones, like I call it the IKEA ones, because it's gonna come in sections, like 1, 2, 3, 4 sections, right? Then you got to put it together. So it's all going to be kind of like almost like fold out, ready, practically. And then the covering goes on. So I'm not giving away exactly how the covering goes on, but there's a simple way that I figured out that the covering goes on. And it's going to have this like heavier felt that you first put on. That holds it all together. And then the other covering part goes on, and that's it. Then you just stick this on there, and it actually will push the fabric in some right in that hole, because it's not quite, you know, the 3/4 piece of wood that's in there versus the 1 inch. So it's got about a quarter that it's inset in. So it actually looks nice, and it kind of holds it in there really well. I'll give you guys a little closer up view of it. See how it's inset a little bit? I don't know if you can tell. Let me get that flashlight. See how it's inset?
Yep.
This way.
Yeah. There you go.
There you go. See that? So it's inset a little bit. Now, I have some like that purple one over there that's got the well, you can't see it from, it's too far. That purple one that's over there, that one I have like these clavo like kind of studs along the edge of it and around this. So remember when I sent you pictures and I'm like, hey, Ron, would you want it to be like this? I have one over here. Let me show you this one.
I'm telling you, everybody, Laz does great work on these, and they are well worth whatever he ends up charging.
Sorry about all the motion sickness stuff here, but damn it, everything gets. You see that one?
Yep.
So I got those like things around it on the edge, and right over there. Now those are like upholsterers use those on like on leather couches and things like that, right? So that you can make it go around, but it can be like studs, like something heavy metal or whatever, something Rob Halford would appreciate. so there'll be some fun ones. One of the other fun ones I'm making that's over there, and I'm gonna have on the wall here, and I'll sell it too, but I'll keep it here too. And I even have some ideas where it can be like a pattern that those pictures that it's in several sections, but it goes across the whole wall.
Yeah.
So you can actually get portraits of family members or a place that you've been to or something, and it can be printed out on. Hold on, let me get you back in here. Printed out on canvas, and that can be
used that way,
made to be used on there. Just like pictures you can buy, at the local store, right? The print place. Michael's even does it, and all those kinds of places. Probably even Costco does it. You can just order it and without the frame, just send me the canvas thing, and you could either send it to me and I'll put it on it, or I'll send you the thing, but you would have to send it to me so I can set it up so that it can be put onto it, or you can put it on yourself, or you can make these. So I might sell these in 3 different ways. The all-in-one piece custom ones, like what I've sent you, or like Phil McKnight, or that I'm building for here, because those aren't made into pieces to be shippable in a small box. Then there's the one that's shippable IKEA you put together, that's in the small box, right? And then there's the Mondo custom stuff, where I could set it up for you so that you could even change them, like seasonally. Oh, I'm getting tired of the black leather with the studs. I want to go Van Halen stripes this year, and you just order them and I send them to you, and it goes on and it stays on, and you can remove them and clean them even if you wanted to, but I don't see a point for that unless something happened, but the point is it would be a acoustic sound treatment that you hang your guitars on. So there's going to be some reflection because of the guitars, but that sound, acoustic material behind it is doing a lot better job than a wall. Yep. And even if you have a treated wall, it's still, going to reverberate a lot. And when you do have a small room like this, the more you can control the sound matters. You don't want it to be completely dead, but you do want it, you want it about as dead as you can have it, almost, if you're doing like vocal stuff like we are, like this, and if I do bring in, people to do some singing in here, you won't have to do a lot when it comes to setting them up for doing their vocals, right? So it's a great solution, if you ask me, for small home studios that you want to like hang guitars on, or even if you don't hang guitars on, you can just put it up as a, what I used to sell them. I had a company, I had cards and everything called Soundtrap Designs. And the whole point was, but the acronym for it kind of doesn't work right. Soundtrap Designs. STDs. I used to joke, STDs that musicians want.
That's actually pretty good.
But it's funny. I know it would be funny for like, Steel Panther or something like that, right? But yeah, but the way I used to sell them, like to decorators and stuff around here, I tell them, it sounds as good as it looks, because it makes your studio room, or if you have like a TV room, there's a lot of people around here with that kind of money, right? They have like, home theater rooms, right, with lounge chairs and everything, and I've done setups. I've built things like wall size sheets of these covered things, so that's what gave me the idea, obviously. And it's not like it's not out there. You can buy stuff like that through like RLX or somebody like that too. But the way I designed this, it's modular, so you can put it together, and you can change out the coverings on them, so that makes it fun. And you know, it works for guitars. So anyway, that's the show. Thank you very much.
You want me to play us out with
yeah, play us out with your song, man. You guys are gonna be blown away when you hear this. This is
do you want Jack the Ripper or the newest one?
The newest one.
Okay.
I like the Jack the Ripper one too. Here we go. So thank you everybody for coming. Go to Ron's channel. You got a channel too, right?
Yes.
You could turn it up a little more.
You thought he sounded good singing before. Wait till you hear this one.
You could turn it up some. Thanks, Mark. Hey, Dominic. Nice to see you in the chat. Hey, we gotta talk. I need to get some advice from him.
What?
I was gonna tell Dom I need some advice from him.
Listen to the chorus of this.
Okay.
Now listen to this chorus. Right here, listen. Solo's coming up, but this solo's not me. I played all the rhythm.
I'll be putting the I had these on the NAMM floor a few years ago, but I thought it was a bad idea. Someone might steal it. I gotta copyright it. Just so we can authorize it. That's how I put it.
Chains of morning rain, every street line, every passing train, I'll chase your shadow
over it. I'm doing
through the pain.
There we go. Nice, man. Good stuff.
Thank
right,
you.
guys? I thought it was AI. I'm like, this has got to be AI, but it's not. Right on, Ron. See, real people making real music. As a matter of fact, one of my favorite singer-songwriter people out from the British Isles, Mary Spender, recently posted a video talking about how this year she's going to put this album together, and it's going to be no fancy schmancy stuff like that. And she's even going to be using real human artists that do any of the drawings or you know, any of the video visuals or any of that stuff. It's all good. You got the doggy there, right?
Yeah.
Wow. Tone dog. That's what that is. Gotta have the tone dog in the studio.
Here, up here.
He's taking off. He's like, no, I don't want to be on camera. You're not paying me enough. You gotta get a treat for that, you know.
Yeah.
I swear to God, that looks like your shirt's got pink letters on it, Ron. Just saying.
No.
It's just because it's
pink
yellow.
On the Steelers.
Yellow, but you're in a red room, so it looks pink. That's funny. Anyway, so yeah, man. One day we got to get you out here for NAMM. I don't know. This year, obviously not the year, but
Yeah.
we'll have to do like a GoFundMe for Ron, you guys, and get him out. Oh, there he is.
Yep.
Is that a he or she?
She. Come here.
She.
Up here. Come here.
What's her name?
Ava.
Ava.
Yep.
Do you have a boy dog named Adam? Just kidding.
No.
All right, that's the show, you guys. Thank you very much for coming. It was a little extra long one. We went what? 1.5 hours, looks like, or more. No, from 7 to 9. That's 2 hours to 2.5 hours. And we started a little late, about 10 minutes in, right? But you rocked, Metalhead Hippie. You're the best. Julian, thanks.
Julian, yeah, that's our old singer. And he's not bad for 57 years old.
Not bad at all, huh? Is that your vocals on there, dude? Holy crap.
Not mine, that's his.
Oh, his, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I mean, Julian. I'm saying hi to Julian here. Dude, when I heard those, yeah, a little like Coverdale, right? Yeah. I was pretty impressed, I have to say. There's a Roxy song that I wrote. I wrote several Roxy songs, my bird. But there's the Roxy, Roxy, where did you go song. That's the one that I imagine someone with like a Coverdale kind of voice singing. That kind of
He used to be
80s style, you know.
When we used to do we would start out half covers and then half originals. And we would end up doing a bunch of Skid Row, Queensryche, because he was able to hit all that.
Right on.
All right, I got to take her out. So.
All right, I got to go. Everyone's still chatting over here. Don't forget afterwards, you guys, please, afterwards, go to the comments section after the show. You can do it tomorrow morning even, or whenever, having breakfast, or you're sitting on the throne, got nothing else to do. You know, ladies, Ron, thanks for coming. You know, put a couple comments into the comments section. Tell me what piece of gear you really love that you got from 2025, and post in there what you're looking forward to in this next year of gear. Is there anything at NAMM that you want me to check out? I know there's some European friends of mine. That's why I'm wearing his shirt right now. Henning Pauly's, that's what she said, shirt. Henning Pauly, my good friend, my German friend. He also has the chrome dome haircut. He's not coming to NAMM this year. Normally he comes every year, so he's not going to make it this year. And so, you know, I reached out to him. I said, hey, if there's anything in specific you want me to look at for you or check out. But he's like, I'll just do your thing, you know. But I'll definitely be spending all 3 days looking at gear. I'm not going to go to Kiesel Connect because I'll end up just buying another, you know, expensive guitar. And I don't want to do that right now. I'd rather just put the time and money, the effort into the recording and the music that I want to create. And it's not all going to be rock and roll, by the way. There's going to be some stuff you're going to be a little bit surprised, some of the stuff I'm going to put out. Because the show is a music therapy Laz show, there's going to be music that's directed specifically towards relaxation and like therapeutic sounding kind of stuff. So almost, you know, kind of modern, classical, new agey kind of stuff a little bit, if you want to call it that. So, you know, if you put up like onto your TV or YouTube when you're doing yoga and your living room or something. That kind of music, something that you can just like some music that's going to be like that, and there's going to be some rock and stuff too. So and I'm looking forward to putting some music out, and again promoting my sister's band Then Die. She's I'll post that again before I leave. She's got her band's first album of songs put together. Go check out her webpage there, and you can hear her first single that they're like released on their webpage there. And they do have some merch, but I don't think they have a merch store set up yet. But she does have some t-shirts, and you can get them at the local shows. So the one that's going to be at the boardwalk up in Orangeville or Orangevale in north of Sacramento in Northern California. And then they're going to be playing at the Whiskey A Go-Go on Hollywood Boulevard, right? Isn't that Sunset? Is it on Sunset or Hollywood Boulevard? I don't know. Anyway, it's over there in LA. So they're going to be playing that gig again. That's going to be fun. That's in March, and then early March. And then we've got NAMM coming up, and we've got the Amigos guitar show this weekend. I mean, it's guitars and gear and all that good stuff happening here. Thank you very much again for watching. And until next time, you guys, don't forget that the secret to tone is in your mind, but the feel comes from your heart. You're a human being, flesh and blood, right? Take that, put that together with some musical instruments and some friends, and play some music together, man. Make some music, rock out. And if you don't play an instrument and want to learn, I'm also going to be putting together a kind of very beginner's kind of a thing in a sense, and we'll see where it goes. But I'm going to be putting my happy method of music out on the internet too. HAPI, happy, because one, it makes you happy, and it's funny acronym, right? But hear and play instruments, the happy method, using your ears and using your wits, your brain, your feeling, like I was saying, the brain, the mind, the heart, the feeling, and learning music the way I learned it as a child growing up, and then as I evolved in my abilities, becoming a multi-instrumentalist. I might not be an expert at the instruments, right? But I can throw down, And the point is that you, at whatever level you're going to be at as an instrumentalist or as a musician or creator, that's the level you're at that time, and you go with what you've got, and you keep improving and keep adding new skills and more things. The happy method that I'll be putting up is basically going to go step by step how to do that, how to create music yourself, and learn, especially using your ears and learning how to feel the music, how to think about the music too, how parts go together for songs, and how to create, different types of music. Different genres have different ways of putting their songs together, right? So it'll be a learning process for me too, putting that together, and that'll also be fun for me and you. I hope those of you who would benefit from that. It's going to be free, obviously, right? And then maybe down the road, if somebody wants to pay me to teach them, like I do have, on occasion, I'd have somebody bring me their kids and I teach them some basic stuff. It's going to be at that kind of a level. It's like a starter kind of a thing. And then as the studio and my recording and the production of music in here evolves, then I'll be stepping it up even further with that, right? So thank you very much, Johnny Bean, you starter of the stuff. He was the one who told me, dude, just do a show. Doesn't have to be perfect. Just do a show. Do it. And you can go watch Johnny Bean's shows. Go check them out. They're going to be hanging out on Twitch. And that's right, Dale, right? Just have fun playing guitar. Exactly. So until next time, you guys, keep it together. Keep it real. Be nice to each other. And yeah, let's rock out this year. Let's make this a year of live, real human music. All right. Until next time, you guys, that's me signing off. Hope you have a great beginning of your 2026. And we'll see